You know, they say that when doors go up, well, you know what comes down. Hey guys, welcome back to Exotic Car Hacks. And if you're not familiar with the SLS AMG, it is a very interesting car. Originated first in 2011 with old technology and then revamped again in 2012 with a better variation, and then again in 2013 with a GT variation, in 2014 the exact same car, and then in 2015 the final edition. And today we get to not only look at my new SLS final edition 2015 AMG GT, but we actually get to look at it even more in detail because it's completely free. That's right. As a matter of fact, I bought this car with the profit of the yellow SLS Black Series. You may have remembered that I had bought an SLS AMG Black Series in the 500s. I sold it in the 900s, giving me a 350K profit that went straight into this car and literally got me this SLS AMG final edition for just the profit on the SLS AMG Black Series. Now, I'm pretty proud of this car for a couple of reasons, because if you remember my review on the AMG Black Series, I specifically said some cars don't need to be race cars. And so today we're going to review my favorite variant of the SLS AMG. This is not only known as the German Viper, but one of the best designed Mercedes of all time. It's absolutely stunning to look at, and it's a gull-wing, which makes it so much more exciting. I mean, you know, doors go up, but look at this. It's absolutely amazing to have this kind of view. With the final edition, you do get a couple of things that do make it somewhat more exciting. First off, this one specifically is also equipped with ceramic brakes, which is huge, and something you definitely want if you buy an SLS AMG. Regardless that you buy 2011 all the way up to 2015, you want the ceramics, and that's what makes these cars a little bit rarer. Secondly, you get this carbon fiber front lip, which is also absolutely beautiful to look at and very well placed. Many of the AMGs in the past, when we owned them, we used to do the Rentec kits because these cars look better with the lip. And then you get this Black Series carbon fiber hood, which also looks superb, absolutely superb, especially on the color black, because you get this kind of like it flows. On a red, it kind of clashes, but on the black, it works really, really well. And this hood is absolutely massive, right? Now you get your carbon mirrors and you kind of flow here, and you get your quilted interior, which was primarily a GT thing that started in 13 and 14. Extended carbon pack, of course, on the doors, center console and back of seats, and then with the B&O system, which is a must and an option regardless that it's the final edition or not. And then you get this Black Series spoiler also added to the back. So you don't really get the Black Series rear end, the fenders, and the side skirts that makes it much beefier. But what you do get is a very subtle racy variation contrast between an SLS AMG GT and an actual Black Series. So the GT model, which started in 13 and 14, featured much, much better suspension and a couple of updates that made the car good, yet they still couldn't figure out how to put Bluetooth audio in it. Bizarre, certainly. I don't know why they wouldn't, but that is really the only thing missing. You can buy a Boovie little add-on to basically have some level of Bluetooth audio in it. So it's not the end of the world. It's just inconvenient for a car that's expensive to not have Bluetooth from a company like Mercedes, who had Bluetooth on every E-Class and S-Class of this same year. So I never really understood that part specifically as to why that was the case or not, but it is what it is. In addition to that, one of the other things you get with this car is also these beautiful wheels, which are not standard on the original SLS. They are primarily a final edition kind of design. So, you know, a really pretty car. This is a very good variation with 10,000 miles. Shout out to our friends at Ryan Friedman for selling us this car. It's a superb and really lost art, I think, because a lot of people that buy these cars are usually primarily buying the more what you would consider the more modern variations of these cars, which are the Black Series and don't even know that these cars generally exist. So personally, I think these cars have a lot of value and are quite exciting to deal with. So I've decided to buy this car because I really think that it drives better than the Black Series. You see, with the Black Series, what we dealt with was a car that was very racy and really struggled with two things. My opinion was the transmission, really struggled to find the right place to be between sport and comfort, and the suspension, which was horrendous to deal with, incredibly firm, incredibly racy, and it made it very difficult to drive. Now, on this other side of this, while this is a muscle Viper variation of the Germans, it still doesn't change the fact that it's still a cruiser more than it's a race car. And for that reason, I feel like the regular AMG GT from 2013, SLS AMG GT from 2013, 14, and 15 is just a better car than the Black Series from a driving standpoint and enjoyable standpoint, which is kind of where I decided to buy this car to keep it. So for now, this car will stay in the collection merely to drive once in a while and as the values kind of go up. I expect these cars to go well into the 500K range, and that's really where I think they're going to end up. So at some point down the road, this car will be sold to make an additional $150,000 on top of the original purchase price. But I think it is an amazing variant. It's a very, very rare opportunity to own this, and I wanted to add it to the collection because I've always believed in having a gull wing sit here as part of the collection. Anyhow, so I just want to share that with you guys today. We'll do another driving review some other time of the car so I can tell you why this works much better than the Black Series. And otherwise, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notification for more information on how to drive cars for free. Click the second link in the description where it'll teach you and take you to the free training. I've been teaching people how to do this for over 20 years. I'm quite good at it. And in the last month alone, I've made over $1 million, over $1 million of profit on 3 cars I've sold. And there's much more to come in the months to come. So stay tuned to the channel for some exciting news about some new cars I purchased yesterday as well. And otherwise, for now, enjoy the AMG SLS GT Final Edition.